Alright. So, I'm going to try to do There's darkness. Alright. So this is PS3. Focus, please. Focus. There we go. That is too loud. Yeah, I know there's fans going, but... Alright. So, new game. We'll see if I can actually do this. No point in saving. So as we start, we have some cutscenes. We don't care about the cutscenes. You then have to run up the stairs and go in the door. First executioner. First enemy of the game. No. I didn't think I tilted enough. Morale took it. This isn't crazy mode, so I don't have a reason to go in the save room. Well, these are nice, they all gathered together. 3, 5. Oh, this is really good in bronze. So I have enough bronze for the rest of the game already, which is really, really nice. Now I will get trolled by some other material later. Unfortunately, probably. But for now, we got bronze. We need 4 pieces to make 2 short swords. We don't even have weapon combine yet, so we can't do that yet even if we wanted to. Which we don't, because opening the menu actually wastes a small amount of time. We don't need the map. The Fenrir got in the way, That's unfortunate, but there's a whole bunch of stuff like that that's going to be really small time losses. That Fenrir pushed me slightly. I don't know if I lost time due to that push or not. It was probably a few frames if I did, but... Alright. Cyclops. I was hoping it didn't get off a second attack. And it was 2 combos short. I would have only been 1 if the targeting would have targeted Cyclops instead of the skeleton. Default names for the instant doubles, unless we have a reason to do otherwise. Get the Dragon Crest. I like. And then we use the model ticket and end up back here where we do the exact same movement at the start of the game. The difference is we have a fairy now. You don't have to fight another executioner, it doesn't respawn. Okay, if you're wondering why I move the camera around like that there, it's actually to try to manipulate how the enemies move. Because if you manipulate the camera, if they would, like, try to attack you, sometimes they'll run into the pillars instead. It doesn't hurt me to have extra bronze. It's nice. I also just completely did the fight without explaining anything. We didn't need the bestiary, which was the thing in the room I skipped. I started by trying to kill the skeletons, but then I realized the skeletons were all spread apart, so I switched to killing the executioner. We can kill the skeletons faster, and since we can kill the skeletons faster, and they have a chance to drop Rosario, it's nicer to kill them first if we can. There I lost a little bit more time between moving around by the Fenrirs. They're just in the way. Also, something I keep doing is I try to do footsteps into loading zones. Three slashes on each of the ghosts. Yes, I specifically got the one behind me first, because we want the one over to the right to move towards us, and the one further away. Ideally, we can keep on the camera. Then, in this room, we have just to break this pillar over here. We do get our weapon combine. 1, 2, 3, and finisher. That finisher isn't great most of the time, but it is really nice right there specifically. We also will get the evolution crystals. I'm doing that because I'm superstitious. Now, the next thing we really want is wild memory. However, we have no reason to fight extra enemies, because the moment we get a wild memory, we actually get to change how we're fighting the enemies to make it faster. One more room. It's the next room I have fight in. We will try to take out the skeletons first again. Also, you'll see sometimes I do these 2 slashes, and sometimes I do a combo. See, I had to do a throw combo on the first zombie, but now I can do these one-hit combos, which are faster. There, it didn't waste time for me to do quick stuff that didn't actually hit the loading zone because I was right at the door anyway. But I do want to try to put stuff into every loading zone you can. It will save a little bit of time. I'll heal. Why not? Since I have the fairy. I didn't know where the skeleton blaze went. I would like to kill it, but I'm just going to work on the zombies. I didn't want it to do the flip attack, so I'll try to make sure it didn't. Try to put stuff into the legend there. And now, this room I have basically 2 things I can do, and I need to do it this way. You will grab this first, and take out the wizard first so they don't heal the armor knight. I didn't get a rare Spirit of Fuji drop from those wizards, which is something where you could technically save time later if you do get, but it's pretty unlikely because a lot of rare drops have like a 1% chance. I'd rather do the quick stuff slightly too slow instead of slightly too fast. In this room, I am going to take out the white dragons first. There's one reason not to, and a reason to do so. The reason why not to is because I do not think that the white dragons can drop Rosarios. I might be wrong about that, but I don't think they can in this version of the game. That is a version difference, because I believe in the Xbox version they can, but I don't think they can in the PS2 version. Then, which is why you might want to fight these skeleton blazes first. However, if you don't get a Rosario, the white dragons have a longer death animation, which means it takes longer for the door to open if they're the last enemy you kill. This is our first boss fight that I entered without saying anything about. I don't really want to get hit a lot here, which is why I am doing the dodges. But I am trying to keep up doing these one-hit combos, which are basically which is not necessarily the fast way to deal damage, but I think it's the fast way to deal damage, but I'm not entirely sure. Because in this fight I want to do In this phase, I want to do something slightly different. I want to do these combos instead. I prefer the flames over the fireballs, and you might be able to see why. Oh, no, you only get one attack. That was a terrible crazy armor. It got 2 attacks off in the second phase. It should only be able to do one of the 2 things. If it does both, it's terrible. There's also some chance it does nothing. Nothing, and literally just stands there and let you kill it, but that's very unlikely. It has happened, though. I would just grab the heal field. You could skip the heal field. I could have skipped the heal field if I would have just used the fairy to heal, which I probably should have, but... So I lost like 1 second by grabbing the heal field instead. If you instantly switch the camera here, it goes crazy, so if you move a little bit forward before you switch it, it's fine. Meet the Battle ID, our main partner, through the rest of the game. Arguably not the best, but definitely worth having. Now, usually, I used to just instantly put it in guard mode. I got my bronze, so I don't have to kill extra skeletons. Not getting a lot of memory would have been our first major choke point, and we're coming up close to the second one. But before we get there, we're going to make a detour over this way. And because this is a really nice thing, and now we're doing chain attacks. We now grab Perfect Guard. And now we have to walk out this way. Also starting out, might want to grab that serum. It's useful in a few different places if you do end up needing it. Also, that is the first of these illusions I actually didn't need to kill. Did I get 2 jet black? Okay, so that's the next major choke point. The first one we want to do this with. We have a lot of memory to do this, so we can actually get armor. And we got a lot of memory to do it. Also, I specifically equipped the armor first. And you should equip the armor first because you can go through the menu faster if you do the armor first into your equips. Steel. I didn't quite get the double step into the load zone. We don't need to fight that armor knight, nor that one, nor the lizard. The only thing we have to fight in this room are the 2 armor knights that are up here. Alright. More camera manipulation stuff. So that orc that just shot the flaming arrow, I kind of want to keep that on screen as long as possible, because it will move less if I do. I do want the aluminum. because I don't want it over here. And usually, if you keep it on screen, it won't move that far. Now I'm going to shoot down this barrier, kill one of the orcs. I'm actually not going to kill the other one because it is likely better to do this. It's also way more likely to get you killed, though. Now in this room, and we want to do a chain attack to start with to move the bad idea, so we can use Aura Blast to get the orc, but we do have to slash it once with the sword, so it actually dies. Otherwise, we just send it flying across the room. Full combo those two orcs like that, so we don't have to stop. Then I don't remember how. Then we can do a combo like that for those four. Kill them all at once. We also did get some evil crystals, which are important for later. But we're not going to get all that many through this area, so I'm not too concerned about it. I will be concerned about it in the area after the next area, because that's where I want to get basically all the evil crystals. Too far away from that load zone. Some lag. Certain particle effects do cause the game to lag, and if a spirit gets on screen at a certain point, it has the particle effects that cause the game to lag. But they have to be kind of close to the screen for that to happen. Alright. Now, Ifrits. These will probably drop Jet Black. It's very unlikely that they don't. Do I get the rare 1 in 1,000 golden bone spawn? Nope. Aw. So, there is a 1 in 1,000 chance that a golden skeleton spawns in this room. I would have stole the money from it, because if you steal from it, you get 1,000 gold. Which is really, really nice. Nice to have, but not super important. It also has 12,000 HP, so there's no point in killing it. Killing it because it'd be really, really slow. So this is Wyvern. And it buries its head first, so we will do this strat. So where we just jump on its back, and we want to do about 49% of its HP and damage. So, not quite 50%. Then we jump off. Now we would like to bury its head again. Which is why I'm trying to stay right here. Makes it slightly more likely. We jump on its back again, and now we're going to kill it. Alright, it's dead. We can jump off now. The shortcake isn't worth stealing. It's really low on healing. We now want to make sure we keep Wyvern off the screen, because if we look back at it, it will lag the game. I wanted the heal field, so I was standing slightly further away from the door. If I didn't want the heal field, I would have just stood right at the door and tried to open it as soon as possible. The only thing we have to kill here is the Ifrit. But if we get extra experience from the orcs, we'll take it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can double step into the cutscene trigger if you do the footsteps right. I did not. More chain attacks here. Evo crystals are fine, Evo crystals are fine. Alright, I did not get steel. That's fine. It just means I lose a little bit of time. And have to do a slightly more difficult stretch through this area. Ever so slightly more difficult. It means I have to do 5 more chain attacks. Yay, which is not a big deal at all. Alright, I actually took the Innocent Devil out of guard mode there, because I don't want it to teleport in front of me. Now, remember when we grabbed steel? Yeah, here's where we... Now, I don't need to kill those enemies, I just needed their steels. So, more footsteps. And I said I was going to explain. So, if you footstep too fast, you do double steps, which are slower because there's a pause at the end of them. You move faster during it, but there's a long delay at the end of it. I just lost like a half second to the Blaze Master getting in my way. It's fine. And so, there are some times where you would want to do double steps, but generally you don't. Well, I'm glad my Innocent Devil fell out of bounds there. There through the wall. Left or right here doesn't matter. Do whichever way you prefer. Because you'll end up here anyway. So, if you're short of money, these things are great for getting money. I don't think I'm short on aluminum, but I was not paying attention. So if I'm short on aluminum, I do not know that at the moment. I don't think it matters. Double step. So I lost another something like 0.7 seconds just for doing that. I really don't like the fact of getting back towards the start of the room. Alright. Now. Oh, I'm fine. Since thankfully we have no reason to come back here, we can just grab this, go in here. This is an old strat, don't worry about. You are not supposed to use that potion. Okay. Then we buy 2 of these, 1 of these, a short sword. So I'm down a potion now. That's whatever. And now we're in the aqueduct. Which is why we need the blade anyway, because here is where we intend to evolve our Instant Devil. We still do want steel though, which is starting to become a problem. We have one more chance to get it, or we're going to have to grind for it. Well, there's one piece. There's 2. I see a 3rd. Going to delay just a second there to make sure I actually get the evil crystals. So I have full HP, which is good. I'm slightly disappointed about the hearts. Just do a damage boost across that gap, so we don't have to shoot down the tower and cause the game to lag. Yeah, it just means I don't have armor. It's fine. I can put off armor. Hopefully I do get another piece of steel at some point, but I can put it off for now. Now on the nut staircase. case, which is coming up, is where we're going to have to start fighting some Blaze Masters, where we want Ancient Memory. Basically, all of it for the entire game, right here, right now. Chain Attack to move the Instant Devil. Aura Blast because Aura Blast is strong. Now I'm concerned because I'm not getting parts back. There's at least a few. Alright. We did have to hide all of those. So, if you end up on the stairs, you get that little loading transition, and it recenters the camera and makes you face directly forward. I should have got those Evil Crystals, because if you don't delay enough and enter a door, you'll actually skip getting Evil Crystals. Even if you think you'll collect them, because it's not immediate, they actually have to fly to your Instant Devil. I wanted to chain attack one of these, so it'd be more centralized. Hey, got the potion I accidentally used back. That's nice. I'm not sure if it was the rare drop from the wolf skeleton or from the torch. Either way, I'm happy I got it. So I went to that save room mainly to recover the hearts, because I'm going to use more in this room. Now I do need to make sure I know the door I need to leave through is currently to the left. Well, now it's more in front of me, but... get those hearts. Because I skipped going through 2 rooms by jumping off the bridge right after the save room, which means now I would technically like to kill the Frost Dragons first here, but I don't think it's worth it. Same thing for the White Dragons in the Bane Castle. So we're approaching our 4th boss, Skeleton Diver, and for the strats we're doing, we will enter the save room, register the save room, and now I'm going to make some stuff. Can't make armor. This is the best helmet I'm getting in the entire game, so I now have my helmet for the rest of the game. It's just nice to have one. If I put off making it until near the end, I could get a significantly better one, but I'll just take the worst one. So this is Skeleton Diver, one of the most random bosses, because its speed swimming around the platform is random. It has a slow one and a fast one. It also does. Now let's see if I can get this stun lock. Well, the answer is clearly no. Alright, I'm going to heal. This stun lock is the hardest one to get. It doesn't have low enough HP because I could not get the stun lock, so another chance. Three. You have to be behind it to do this, which is really annoying to stay behind it. Come on. It can return to the platform, which I really don't like. Because I knew it was going to do that. Now I cannot damage it at all. Until it starts riding the fish again. It's not returning to the platform, it's trying to hit me with its spears. Come on, we need you to ride around the platform. Because we can't hit you until you do. Another thing about this that just occurred to me is I did not get enough Evo crystals. Which is okay, technically, but it won't be okay for very long. You can try to jump over that, but I've given up on doing so. So I just go around it. So this is the bird, which I'm out of potions, which is a bit of a issue. You can just glide over this gap without jumping. In fact, if you jump wrong, you're more likely to crash into it like that. I got some extra money there just in case. I really don't care about the bird. I do, however, care about this. That's right as I enter here. There's this desert ogre we're going to steal from, and now back to chain attacks. I need to see if it dropped Indigo Steel because I took the load zone immediately, which is a problem because okay. So remember how I said it was okay? Yep, the fact that I did not get the evolution in the Aqueduct's now a problem. Because I really don't want to continue using the Nadachi here, but it's my literal best option. If I would have gotten Indigo Steel, I could have fixed that issue, and it wouldn't be an issue. But alright, I have to know how bad this is. 4. Come on. Now I actually have to decide what I want to do. Alright. We're going to equip the broadsword at the moment. I will take the potion. I'm happy to replace those. I probably should have went in that save room for hearts. Let's see if I regret that. Really want Diva crystals. Because now I'm losing time on my fighting as well, which is really not where you want to lose time. Because now I kind of have to. Look at this. Now I can resolve part of the issue. Did I get more steel? I'll check in a bit. I need 3 pieces of steel, actually. So Hopefully I got 3, or I'm going without armor for a bit. So we have to see if we're going without armor. Unless we get a good amount of indigo. Steel. Which we definitely did not. I think that's a single piece, which... Yep, we don't get armor for a while. Oh well. Now, I would really like to have armor. Armor for this boss fight, because the strat I like to do for this boss fight is perfect guards. So we will see how well this goes. I actually have a decent chance of dying here. Of course you move me right to where I can't. Oh, you finally decided to do a one-hit one instead of a 2. I'm going to start doing dodges instead. Alright, let's use the potion again, which we're not supposed to do. I could have summoned the fairy at that point, maybe I should have. But we do need that, so. Since I won't die in one hit, I'll go back to doing perfect arts. Field's good there. And now, on to Cordova Town. Also, I'm sorry if you wanted me to explain, like, directions. I just kind of know how to go. You'll realize if I get lost. Lost for a second, probably. Alright. I would have preferred white steel, like, severely. I wanted the common drop well more than the rare. I don't mind Evo crystals, but I would actually prefer white steel at this point. I have literally full health. I'm skipping the save room. So I have a couple options here. The question is, which do I want to take? I'm going to try to get more white steel at the moment. I got an extra piece, which is maybe fine. I want to say 5. Do I need 4 or 5? I need 1 for rapier, 1 for a bar. And 2 for armor, I think, is all I need. So I still need 1 more piece of white steel, which I can't get at the moment. Like I said, it'd be really nice to have some armor. So if I get a good amount of indigo steel, I can actually make some. And I think that's enough that I can make armor without an issue. But I would take more. I would happily take more. I'm going to actually check and see if I can... It's not the best armor I could have, but... Dead Press can paralyze enemies, which is why sometimes it's nicer. I have armor. I can afford to do some damage boost. Ah, that one was bad. That's one of the few places in this game you can do damage boost specifically to save time. I'm legitimately not saving the game. So if I die, the run's over. And this is a place where I again have a decent chance of dying. start this fight by stealing the Double Vein. Guess we're going to sell it for some money. Did the double step there specifically to avoid getting hit. I needed to find Abel, but when he did that, because Abel is dangerous. Abel is far more dangerous than Isaac, actually. Also, I'm not... I don't like being this close to Abel. In case it does that. There it did. I have been one-shot by exploding in circle enough that you could tell I kind of feared it. Did it run that last one? There is no glitchless way to skip the Mage ID. However, with glitches you can skip most of the time stop requirements. As I think you can skip all of them. Though those skips have only been done with task tools to my knowledge. Knowledge to completely skip it. The only time we really need it is to get into, the only thing we need it for is to get into the machine tower. Because footsteps alone are not fast enough. I don't need the hearts, so I don't have to leave the mage out. I'll take the Evo crystals. I didn't actually get those last Evo crystals. These sniper orbs are some of the most annoying ones in the game, for some reason. Reason, in my opinion. These ones are not that annoying. Scrolled the wrong way in the menu. Whatever. There's stairs up. Get on them. Stop time. Go upstairs. Now, more of these. Hopefully we get some white steel. Decided to wait for those evil crystals. Now we're going to use steel again. On this Iron Gladiator. Where is the graphene? White steel. Alright. I can make better armor now, if I wanted to, but I have no reason to do it. Flying enemies are annoying. Going to deal with. And the net set, I'm not going to deal with them like that. Because if I go in this save room, I will have two more pieces of red steel, please. One more piece of red steel, please. And just a piece of red steel is fine. Now I'm going to make myself field armor, muscle, Azano, and I'm going to make a long spear. I'm supposed to do something. Was I supposed to make a rapier? Sure. I'll make the rapier at the moment. I do need that, actually. Money-wise. Then that was simply because I forgot what I was doing in the menu. We can just use this tornado strat. One of those. Even if I don't really want to do this summon, I need to. Because in this elevator up here, there's one enemy that I don't have to kill, but I'm going to anyway. Because I'm going to go with chain attacks. Then I'm going to come up here and start chain attack. That's on this. Because this is one of the best ways I can farm chain attacks. I will play this safer by grabbing this. And because I did that, we're going to do... That's why you're not supposed to equip weapons first. But I always forget that. legitimately always. I don't have enough hearts to do what I was going to do. I should have used that in this room. So, we don't have to fight in this room, thankfully. If I get a few extra experience points here, that'll be nice. I should have gotten off the elevator early, but I didn't have the heart to do what I wanted to do until... because it takes 40 to use time stop. And since I want to time stop here... It does for money, might as well grab it. Since there is no way I can prevent a Devil Shard from happening, I'm not going to try, because then I should send back my battle ID when I don't need it after evolving it. We are going to go in here. And now, in theory, I should leave the Battle ID summoned to do this, but I rather have the mage for the backup strats regardless, so I will technically lose time here, but I got it back. Grief. That's not good. You're not supposed to drop a Stunlock like that. This is the Saint Germain Stunlock, and it's not the worst thing in the world. But it is somewhat difficult, because you do have to just flip between these two combos and make sure you're doing the right thing and the right thing between, because it's the use time stop so he doesn't recover as much HP. Use time stop again so he doesn't actually advance time. Tried to jump over him so I maybe save some hearts. Decent Saint Germain fight. So, here's another instant of that's probably going to get 0 experience points. And now, we go back to Julia's shop. This was intentional. And I'm actually going to make another thing of field armor, because I don't think I have the correct amount of money. If I don't, I forgot to make something I should have made, because I do need that. I'm missing a piece of steel. Actually, I'm missing 2 pieces of steel. So I hope that's not... I don't need this anymore. I could keep that, but I shouldn't. I do need that still. I'll get rid of both these. We definitely need a short sword. We need some punch rings. And I'll use the rest of my money on the potions, and then we will warp back to Isaac's Cordova save room. Yeah, it's fine. I need to switch my weapon at some point. And it doesn't necessarily hurt. I need to have this one still, considering I could have grabbed that ether earlier, but there was no point. I'm going to switch my weapon now. And I'm going to go ahead and resummon. You're supposed to check your evil crystal count there, which is 35 when you do that summon. So I'm at exactly 50%. And the good news is, I don't particularly need material more. I don't think. Steel be nice, in theory, but I don't think we can get steel in here. Like, there are some things that might be nice if we get them, but we're rare drops. That's 37, 39, 41, 43. Oh, I made a mistake. You, get back there. How did you get up here? $47. Yeah, 47, 90-ish, which is bad, actually. I want that to be higher. In terms of time, though, I'm doing decent. The backwards quit step was because I was trying to mess with the instant double settings while moving. I think that was 49. I might have to heal again. Nope, it's 53. I am going to use another of these potions. We're at 56. I will use a high potion, which is... I really don't want to use potions, though. Also... $61. That's not quite enough. I want like 6 more Yuba crystals. 2. 4 more. Oh, that's 64. 65. So 2 more, actually. A single one of these giving you crystals would be good. Yay, potion. Definitely need to heal here. Then here, I forget how many it is to break the barrier here. I think it's 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's like 19 actually. Alright. Then here, we'll bring our mage back out. Time stop. Because skeleton troopers are terrible to deal with. Skeleton troopers are still terrible to deal with. Come on. I delayed using time stop there because I wanted to get them where they'd be closer. I still have the mage out, might as well use it. At this point, I'm trying to kind of farm chain attacks as well, because I do need over 100 of those, so I get hit plus level 2, which is why I turned off evil crystals, because I'm very, very close to evolving my instant level, and I actually don't want to evolve it. I want to evolve it, just not now. Also, when I summoned the mage, back when I got the innocent supporter, I was supposed to do this. This and equip the Death Dot and the innocent supporter. Alright. And I don't know why I didn't just switch my weapon when I was in the menu. I should have did that as well. Alright, I have full HP, which means I get to skip the save room. Problem is, I'm been really bad with healing items in this run, so wait, that's not what you're supposed to do if you do this. You're supposed to do this strat. Might as well go that. Come on, please attack me. Yeah, like that. Come on. I want him to do attacks like that for a reason, so he doesn't do this. Come on. At least I have Furry. Like, there's... not that great chance I'm going to be using it. For a bit. Up there. And now, here's where I really am disappointed that I didn't quite get enough chain attacks. That's which is not that uncommon. It's actually hard to get 100. Because you don't want to chain attack things where you're going to throw them around too much. Which is why yeah, there was some on that. I should have grabbed the Unicurse there. Oh well. Like I said, no way of avoiding that part. I will pick that up just in case I need some money later. Or if I still don't have it. I missed a lot of chain attacks somehow. Where did I miss all the chain attacks? Come on. Ah, missed it. Do your flip. Do your flip. Do your flip. Since unicorns resist holy damage and the Hien does holy damage, we are going to delay equipping the Hien. Or even making it, for that matter. Because we don't need it yet. Because the next thing we're going to fight are unicorns. So we'll just use the Zodmal. Well, that's a Rosario, so I can't even complain about that. Where you at? So I got an extra enemy kill again, which didn't exactly cost time, but it didn't particularly save time either, because it's quite a lot of experience for the next level. Oh. I didn't think I... Oh, alright. Now I'm going to go... make and equip this. I just not get any adamantine gained from the final guards. So I'm going to lose some time to make sure I actually get one piece, and hopefully I get the other two I want. So, if you're in this situation, the Emperor's Throne here takes you to this treasure room, and this chest right over here contains adamantine. Had to kill that white. It's important because it's a locked door. Ore blast? Yeah. We want ore blast for this part. I would have liked to chain attack the thing, so it wouldn't. You don't have to kill the ectoplasms in this room. Remember how I said if I delayed making my helmet, I could get a better one? That's what I need to get the better helmet. If I have an extra piece of bronze and a lot of memory, which I think I do, okay, fine. I'll get the better helmet. I will pick up those. Okay, it's not that uncommon, but every single one dropping it is weird. There's one ectoplasm I have to kill in here, and then, because I don't like dealing with final guards, I'm going to do my combines now, just to make... If I get another piece of adamantine, I can make better armor. I wish I had another short sword, but that's whatever. I might be able to make one. I don't. No, I can't. I'm out of bronze. I really hope I put that in guard before I got into this fight. Come on. it jumping would be worse than doing this. But because you'll take a lot of damage if it jumps. That's Stallahorn. Very easy fight, technically. With the hen. I say that, but those actually can be difficult. And now we go. We're off to Dracula's castle. I could have went and grabbed a high potion. Hopefully I get another piece of adamantine and then we can do I don't have a short sword, so there's no point in me even trying to get ceramics. Plus, I have ceramics anyway, actually. And that's what the hen red ogres. I don't summon the bird here for a reason. I actually delay summoning the birds until right around here, probably, because I actually don't want to controller summoned until I'm ready for it. And I just missed the second glide. Sheesh. That makes this gonna try and see if I can get not what I wanted, actually. I was trying to hope the torch there would give me a potion. I have, like, plenty more chances if I wanted to do them. If you summon an Innocent Devil like that, you should make sure you're not gonna be... potion. Not the worst. I could not have asked for a better Rosario. I probably should sort the Innocent Devils in the menu to where I'm not doing scrolling like that, but This mage cannot give me his Devil Shard, so I'm not concerned at all, because it's not evolved. In order to get a Devil Shard, your Instant Devil must be evolved at least once, and your in-motion timer has to meet or exceed about 23 minutes. So the conditions are not met for the mage. Get hearts. I probably don't need them because the Innocent Supporter, but and that should be some Frost Demons. Well, some more Frost Demons. I'm going to change my weapon. Summon Innocent Devil. Jet the torches. Because like I said, I would like the high potion I used back. I didn't press that, but okay. Now, That was very early to summon that, and I really hope I don't regret that decision. Because it is level 1. Let's get the save room. It seems like a terrible idea because it usually is. But I don't think I need my mage. There I finally went the wrong way. Just strictly. Dracula's Castle. I don't think that was long enough to prevent the teleport. Maybe it was. I usually don't do it in that room because of the assassin zombies. Yay, another second lost just on the double steps. Blast because I'm picking up that rice. That's a good healing item. I'm healing because I want the HP. The next ones I will just deal with without time stop instead of switching stuff in the menu again. choice. Let's see if I regret that choice. That wasn't that bad. Probably about the same amount of time, honestly. I know I don't have to kill the kind of guards in that room, so... Also, to make your life easier, in this room, look at the wall, and the enemies don't spawn. I'll wait for the equip, because I will have to do another equip, because I'll need the Yin for the next required fight, and then the Zodmal. And the Jasanga. So... I really do need to do the equip now. Was I really off by one Evo Crystal? Crystal the way I think it was. I'm going to try and do a different stratum death. I'm not... that I'm... And because we can... Alright. Isaac fight time. Probably one of the most complicated boss fights in the game. Actually, probably the most complicated boss fight in the game. So I'm going to let him start with his attack. And now I'm going to try and do a full stun lock. He attacked, so I can... He started to attack, so I'm going to get a full combo off. He started to attack, so I can get another full combo. didn't start to attack that time, so I kind of expected the guard. I wasn't sure about that one. Okay, so if I'm lucky, I can maybe continue it. I am not lucky. So he's going to summon his Black Rosettes. Which is fine. It barely matters. That matters, though. Okay. You get out of there. Alright. You get up here. Didn't quite get it. Got my own healing items. I'm fine on healing items. Oh, and Everest level 2. Good. Ah, come on. Poor start. This is one of the easiest stun locks. Now, True Dracula, final boss fight. One of the hardest things in the game. Come on, do something. Well, there goes my death doll. You're close enough to 50%. So then I knew you were going to do that. Oh, you're going to do this one too? Yeah. Keep laughing. Keep laughing. Ah, I should heal again. And laugh. Ah. There we go. You'll override that save. And see how we did. Did in terms of IGT. I lost 30 seconds for what I was trying to get. But that's because I'm playing on PS3, which has unmodded PS3, which has super fast loading. Come on. Yeah, that high potion. No way. Yeah, that's actually hard to do. Like that. You really don't want to grab the edges, but anyway. Now, options. What are my options here? Because this is probably the simplest way. Well, okay, I didn't realize that was dead. Come on. Really? This is not that hard. It really is not. Well, it's not supposed to be this hard. Is it because it's not in guard? You guard. This works on this version. Well, fine. We'll do the other thing. Maybe. We will try to do the other thing. Ah, come on. I had it, I just messed up. I got no momentum, sheesh, come on. This is the problem with this thing being frame perfect. There we go.